Opportunity and mention that we are thrilled to host Uttar Pradesh's biggest and first ever Web3 conference in city of Nawab, Lucknow.
Currently, he is a Developer Relations India lead at Polygon and also empaneled as a business mentor for Google for Startup Accelerator Europe. And for the work, he got invited by the Honorable President of India and Director General's Office, United Nations in Geneva. Please give a big round of applause for Akash.
Thank you. Can we have the slides, please? So, I'll be quickly covering about what's happening in Web3, specifically in India, and where India lies in the global context in the next 20 minutes or so. Ashish has covered a bit of that, like we are doing these road shows pan-India. Anyone wants to say why we are doing these road shows? What's the NFT? Let's go and let's start our talk. So this is me, my name is Akash. These are like some of the areas where I was working in, marketing, branding, web communities. I've been in this space for almost 8 to 10 years. I've been managing several set of community programs, education programs, and then a bit on the innovation and user experience side of things. But there's other part of that as well, which is which I personally invest my time in and which motivates me. It's like being a lifelong learner. If you haven't go on in later time and then figure out what blockchain is and learn accordingly. Can I have the video, please?
To record and track anything of value, from financial transactions, medical records, or even land titles. You might be thinking, we already have processes in place to track data. What's so special about blockchain? Let's break down the reasons why blockchain technology stands to revolutionize the way we interact with each other. Reason number one, the way it tracks and stores data. Blockchain stores information in batches, or blocks, that are linked together in a chronological fashion to form a continuous line, metaphorically, a chain of blocks. If you make a change to the information recorded in a particular block, you don't rewrite it. Instead, the change is stored in a new block, showing that X changed to Y at a particular date and time. Sound familiar? That's because blockchain is based on the centuries-old method of the general financial ledger. It's a non-destructive way to track data changes over time. Here's one example. Let's say there was a dispute between Anne and her brother Steve over who owns a piece of land that's been in the family for years. Because blockchain technology uses the ledger method, there is an entry in the ledger showing that Adam first owned the property in 1900. When Adam sold the property to Dave in 1930, a new entry was made in the ledger, and so on. Every change of ownership of this property is represented by a new entry in the ledger, right up until Anne bought it from their father in 2007. Anne is the current owner, and we can see that history in the ledger. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Unlike the age-old ledger method, originally a book, then a database file stored on a single system, blockchain was designed to be decentralized and distributed across a large network of computers. This decentralizing of information reduces the ability for data tampering and brings us
gaming, pharma, those who are pursuing masters, PhD or something. I think that's a good avenue. There's a domain known as DeSci. DeSci stands for decentralized science. And it's on like how that medical record and all those scientific related data can be put on blockchain. So there are different things you can explore. And any area which you like, just try to delve deeper into this. This is from 2019, this is India's map. Avasant has released a report. And back then, a couple of years back, all these different states were using blockchain for different use cases, like from cyber security, digital birth certificate, and top 3 use cases were land registry, farm insurance, and digital certificate. And things are growing much more faster pace. Talking about in the next 1 to 2 years. So We keep on observing this developer ecosystem. It's growing at 62%. India's blockchain talent pool is clocking at 120% CAGR. Singapore at 92% and China at 12%. Another interesting pointer, since you all are from tech domain, there are there are different use cases. If you want to dig deeper, you can search any of these brands and put Polygon after that, and you will get a glimpse of like what we are happening with these brands. There have been like few of these recent announcements. Couple of weeks back, MasterCard was demoing in Singapore. Yeah, I'm talking about, and that question must be arising for your end. What's there for me? India में ये सब हो रहा है. This is what stats look like. ये market है. So this is what we definitely do for the. I would definitely would love you to check out this program as well. It's an interesting one. After Engage, we focus on it.
Right? So we have to sacrifice at least one of them to make the other things go up. So a very neat optimization is required on this side. So we just, and
NFTs which they are developing. They have got a game known as Rangumi, where characters are used to tell the great legend of Mahabharata. So you can play this game, either choose becoming a Kaurava or Pandava, get your NFT of weapons and players, and then start playing around.
डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स पढ़े होंगे राइट थोड़ा इंग्लिश जैसा लग रहा है ये है ना तो व्हाट इट इज डूइंग इज इट्स पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स द प्रीवियस ब्लॉक तो ब्लॉकचेन क्या है ब्लॉकचेन भी एक तरीका का आप डेटा स्ट्रक्चर मान लो Ethereum this way we are able to tell about the consistency of the chain. Bridging is basically the bridging of the assets that we just spoke about. So in this we are basically Ethereum. The other is 2x3+1 Heimdall chain, and another is the board which works on the highest difficulty level. And now the last one, here are some of the places that you can, and yeah, Twitter के spellings मैंने सही लिखे थे यहाँ पे गलत
The thing I'm trying to say is good morning. So yeah, good morning everyone. So my name is Aviral. I'm a Polygon advocate. developer. That's my Twitter handle. You can follow me on there. Can you raise your hand? And how many of you have attended hackathons or Web3 hackathons or something? Okay. How many of you know about Solidity or smart wallet on your laptop?
Chrome Exchange Lab.
Simply go on to, one second, I'll show you how you can. So when you will click on that, it will basically add a new Polygon testnet network to your MetaMask wallet. And also you can go on to this tab and pin it on your tab. Code on Remix. Remix is an IDE, it's an integrated development environment. So which can, it's like, simply it can be used on the browser, so you don't need to install that app again as well. So basically, this is a smart contract. This को use करके we can basically remove all the centralized entities और इस case में specifically voting को consider करते हुए. तो Polygon advocate, so you can scan this QR code to apply to be an advocate as well. And yeah, these are some of the benefits of being a Polygon advocate. You can meet industry leaders, connect with global Polygon companies.
Back then we had 200k distinct addresses and number of protocols live were like around 4 or 5. And then yeah, across that period we did a bunch of initiatives and it currently exists in DeFi. And I guess this slide will probably take the bulk of this sort of presentation or talk. Wherein this is exactly how we see the DeFi. So yeah, I talked earlier about exchanges, wallets, infra, so everything you want as a dev, be it Ethereum, RPC services, Coinbase. Not only even if you are not a technical person, you can still contribute on the marketing and community front because that is big part of Web3 ecosystem.
Data analyst नीचे की है.
Skills in Polygon as a design manager. What she'll be discussing is why Web3 industry needs designers and what you should know to be a better designer or even get better UX than for your own Web3 products.
My sore throat, I promise my voice is really sweet, but if my voice is low, that doesn't mean that my Josh is not high. So, but your Josh looks very low right now. So, how's the Josh? High. How's the Josh? Nice. Polygon as a lead. But okay, before we proceed further, why are designers needed in 3.0? I'd like to just explain to you a little about this. I studied it in engineering also. I was in engineering, so I know. So there's a design thinking process where we start with these 5 phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. Correct? So try to develop a deep understanding about a product. E is for we try to enable education. I was talking about it earlier also when I talked about touch phones, how people really understand stuff on the apps. Third is using plain language, being as simple and
codes in 2022. This is a Bitcoin investor. They are closed source. When I say closed source, I mean they are run by corporations, private corporations. Their code is not open. You can't do much on the building side of things, right? So these are the flaws. This was just one of the flaws with the regular social media apps which you use every day. And the second is no monetization. Have you guys ever had a single penny?
My role at the Polygon Studio. Web racing is a browser-based arcade simulation racing title. So it's a pure traditional driving game. Anybody who's played a traditional driving game from over the last 30 years would be very familiar with what the title is, where you take full control of the car and drive around tracks. The format of play is often PvP, as in playing against other players and ranking on leaderboards. And we leverage Web3 in how our content exists, where all parts are NFTs, and for your performance, you are earning fungible assets, primarily red token. When we began building Rev Racing, we looked at the current blockchain climate and what was there in regards to available games, right?
Appeal to the traditional game players. It's online, has a really fun gameplay which has been tested and received that feedback through our current alpha test. And as we move into closed and open beta early next year, we'll start to see as it kind of encapsulates and really embraces the blockchain space, but also bringing it closer to the traditional game as well.
Due to the lack of some logic in the smart contract, people are, whenever a developer is creating smart contracts, they might miss few functions which lead to these two vulnerabilities. And one of the most common attacks, social engineering, it still exists in the Web3. Like once we are all most familiar with Elon Musk account being hacked, a simple tweet. Most of you must be familiar with Carry Minati.
अभी वो शादी हुई थी शायद इसलिए बात कुछ
इसने कहा I was there on the ऊपर की फ्लोर पे था I was looking at the supply अभी खा नहीं रहा था So how's it going everyone? अभी तक कैसा लग रहा है कि बहुत ज़्यादा ऊपर जा रहा है
कुछ समझ में आ रहा है
Okay so
मैं भी अपने बारे में बता दूं मेरा नाम शौर्य श्रीवास्तव है एंड आई एम फाउंडर ऑफ G3C प्रोटोकॉल व्हिच इज अ गवर्नेंस प्रोटोकॉल एंड हम लोग एक गेम भी बना रहे हैं व्हिच इज कॉल्ड कैनाइन टाइम्स पर मेरे बारे में बहुत हो गया अब हम अमन पांडे जी के बारे में बात करें
bring everything together अगर जितना we could help you guys and also we try कि क्या हुआ
नाम ही चेंज बदल दिया इन्होंने
Naveen is here in the crowd so Naveen is actually for Polygon globally and I also lead all the programs that we have and I also started this skills program back in January. So right now we have over 35 countries covered with these guilds and so we will talk more around this fireside.
तो यहाँ पर सब लोगों ने ऑलरेडी बताया कि यार कि डेवलपमेंट कैसे होता है लोगों ने बट आफ्टर दैट उसके बाद लोगों को एक्चुअली पता होना चाहिए कि हाउ टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन इट तो यू शुड नो जर्नी ऑफ अ पर्सन हु हैज गॉन थ्रू इट मिस्टर अमन विल एक्सप्लेन तो आप अपनी जर्नी बताइए कि आपने क्या किया आप पहले पॉलीगॉन से कैसे जुड़े आप Web3 में कैसे आए और फिर स्टूडेंट्स भी आगे नहीं एक ही है
यार पॉलीगॉन बोलने तो जीवन भी है ही यार
ओके फाइनेंस और कॉइनबेस नहीं
I cannot really comment this thing.
Okay, CoinDCX or WazirX?
CoinDCX.
Pass. Okay, then we want to talk about anything. Okay, decentralized chains तो बात कर सकते हैं. Uniswap और PancakeSwap.
Uniswap.
Cool. CZ जो कि झाओ फंग झाओ और इलन मस्क CZ जो बाइनेंस के हेड है या फिर इलन मस्क इनमें से कुछ नहीं.
इलन मस्क.
अच्छा. अब थोड़ा अजीब सा क्वेश्चन है लेकिन अच्छा रहेगा इंटरेस्टिंग. दो क्वान या SBS मतलब सैम बैकमैन फ्राइड आई नो दो ने स्कैम किया है एक FTX का है एक स्कैम और एक हमारा लूना का लेकिन आपको चूज करना है व्हिच इज द लेसर इविल
लेसर इविल वाह यार ये भी बहुत रैपिड फायर के लग गई यार इसके बारे में बताइए आपको पता है लो
Yes, I'm a geologist, so I'm not a techie, I'm not a tech background guy. So I studied my master's. So these are like the three ethos of my life. And the question is why we are Gavan Kele in Tamil, which is written by Kanikumanar. In English it means to us all terms are one, all men are kin. So what it means is it talks about community. It's like all is like it was written 3,000 years ago. It's not like just 500,000 years ago. It was written by a poet. It was like 3,000 years ago. So this quote has been like to my heart from a lot of years, and that's why. So I am into Web3 because it's because of the community people have. So this was my plan. This was my plan which I started. It was like a 4-month plan which I wanted to cover all these stages, and it's like 128 stages, 150 kilometers. But what happened? So I was in Kochi. So yeah, we like walk now. So he's like building stuff. So we love the website allindiaride.com where you can just see all of my travel experiences and everything. what I'm suggesting is that, because I've been to all of the road shows and I've met a lot of is that this was an unexpected thing happened that I was able to get a prize from the President of India for my logo design prize. So I'm not guaranteeing you that if you start building, you'll be meeting the President of India, but I'm just saying that.
Please give a huge shout out to all the Polygon team on the stage. Now I would like to call all the speakers on the stage for